Today I have a vintage home decor haul video for you. I cannot wait to show you what I got. If you're from the US, you know that a few weeks ago was Mother's Day, and what I wanted for Mother's Day was a whole day of thrifting to myself, and that's exactly what I did. So I hit up a few places I don't go to that often, and then a few of the things you'll see actually came from my local Goodwill that I go to quite a bit. So I can't wait to show you what I got. First, I'm gonna take you shopping with me, and then I'm gonna bring everything home and show you all the cool pieces and let you know what I'm gonna keep and what I'm gonna sell in my Etsy shop. So let's get thrifting. So the first item I'm going to show you is a very cool piece, one of my favorites of the things that I picked up actually. I don't find textiles and wall hangings that often. I absolutely love them. I think it's a great way to break up all the art in the home. I have a lot of framed art and art on canvases, and sometimes it's just like square after square, and wall hangings are a great way to bring in like that texture and that visual interest without being another printed or framed piece of art. So when I saw this, I thought it was absolutely amazing. I may keep it or I may list it. I'm probably going to list it. So by the time this video goes up, it may be in my Etsy shop so you can see for yourself. But it is this very cool vintage, I'm going to lean back a little bit, wall hanging. So it's all hand woven, and actually I'm going to bring it up to the screen and you can kind of see all the color and the texturing. I thought this was really cool. I just love the difference in the colors. It has this the muted, more natural tones, and then it really packs a punch in the middle with this guy on a horse. I thought it was just really unique. I love the fringy sides right here. But yeah, it's already, and the other bonus about this is it's already ready to go. That's the problem with sometimes when you have wall hangings, is that, you're like, okay, what am I supposed to do with this? There's no bar that you can actually hang a wire from. And so you kind of have to do that yourself, which is kind of a non-starter for some people because some people are just not that DIY or handy. So it's kind of nice that this already was ready to go on the wall. So yeah, definitely a vintage piece, hand woven. Thought it was really, really cool. So had to pick it up. I think it was only $15 maybe. I know it was pretty reasonable. Sometimes you have to pay up for this stuff, but it's usually worth it because these types of pieces are truly one of a kind. Okay, the next item is no surprise. It is a piece of pottery, and you will see a few pieces of pottery in this haul video because I love pottery. If you watch my other videos, you know I'm obsessed with pottery. Probably because it's super on trend right now, but also I just can't get over just the love and talent that goes into making these pieces. So this one I thought was really beautiful. I love the shape. I thought it was just such a fun shape. I love the little narrow neck. This is great for bud vases. because, you know, if flower arranging isn't your thing, almost anyone can put a couple of stems in and have a really stunning piece, which is why I tend to gravitate towards stuff like this, because the bigger the opening, the more tricky it is to arrange the flowers. So foolproof. So always look for a vase that has this if flower arranging isn't your thing. But anyways, back to this piece. So this has a ton of different tones. It goes from like the terracotta orange to some of like this deeper like rust color, and then of course the striping of like the beige and sand color. So I thought it was really neat. Desert tones are really popular. If you watch my videos, you know that I'm saying that all the time because it really is true. It actually has some stamping on the bottom with the artist. So that's always something to look for, is kind of see that hand markings that lets you know that it's definitely a handmade piece. It's not something that was mass produced in a manufacturing facility somewhere else. So more pottery coming at you. This piece is definitely vintage. Oh my goodness. It actually reminds me a lot of those vintage lamps that you see because of like this sand-like detailing and also like the color striping pattern. But if I'll put it up close to the camera, you can kind of see the sand texture. I thought this was really cool. The shape is really fun. I thought the shape was really, really fun. And the texture I thought was just great because usually you have to get pretty close to a piece of pottery to kind of see the texturing, where this one, I mean, you can see it right off the back. It looks like it came off the beach almost. Another narrow neck, which is awesome. I would not recommend putting like water in this. But there's so many great dried flowers right now because dried flowers are really in again. And so it's pretty easy to put some eucalyptus or some billy buttons or billy balls, however you want to call them, in, and it will look really cool. Or on its own. It really doesn't even need to act as a vase because it's just so sculptural. And then on the bottom also has the artist marking, which is always really great. Like I said, it's a good indicator that this particular piece was handmade and not manufactured. So very cool, very stunning. Had to pick it up. So my last piece of pottery in this haul is this blue piece of pottery. Now, you know me, I absolutely love decorating with color. So when I can find a piece like this that matches my home decor, I'm always very excited because everything I'm picking up right now is a little more boho, definitely more muted desert tones. So I'm always really excited to see something like this. I don't know, I may have to keep this one because it really does go with my decor. So, well, actually you can kind of see in the room, it looks so pretty. So I may have to keep it, but I love the bright saturated blue and kind of the two-tone I thought was really neat too. Narrow neck again. Also on the bottom, this has even more, I don't know if it's coming through on the screen, even more like stamping from the person who made it. And it's really nice and lightweight actually, for being, I believe this is porcelain. I think this is actually like a porcelain type of pottery. Because of the light color. But yeah, I thought it was very cool. It has a few like little bits of imperfections in the glaze, which I think adds to kind of the fun and the patina of the piece. So definitely plan to, I don't know, I may have to keep it because it is so cute. I have a few blue pieces of pottery that I think this is gonna look really good with, but we will see. But this was 2002, so pretty well vintage. Vintage is something that's 20 years old, so we're pretty well there. But yeah, very cool piece. I think this one I paid like $8 for actually. So reasonable. It's amazing when you can actually find pottery this reasonably priced. It's always like a yes to me when I see it. The next item I'm going to show you is one of my very favorite things, and I'm going to sell it, but I'm so tempted to keep it because I have such a soft spot for vintage brass animals. So this is what I picked up. It is this very cute vintage brass Roadrunner. I thought it was absolutely adorable. Has a lot of like fun detail, and I just thought that the length and shape of it was very sculptural and just so whimsical. Like it would really add like a pop of fun on a shelf when you're styling up your bookshelves and stuff, and you want something that is just like really interesting and unique. This would absolutely do it. And so I don't know, it's gonna be hard for me to part with this, but like I said, I have so many vintage brass animals because it's something that I like to collect, and it's something that if I see at the thrift stores, I definitely pick up. But this guy, I paid a little bit more for him. He was $16, so a little bit more than what you would spend at a Goodwill, but I got it at one of the like the vintage mall type stores that I went to on Mother's Day when I did my big thrifting day to myself. So very cool, very unique. I was looking on Etsy to see if there were many of these produced, and I didn't actually see as many. I mean, birds in general, there's a lot of brass birds out there. Cranes, ducks, so many ducks. But I did see a lot of like roadrunners that look like this. So he really is truly a unique piece. So if birds or roadrunners are your thing, you know, definitely look for this in my Etsy shop. So the next two items I'm going to show you are something that I don't always pick up because glassware is a little tricky to ship. And so it has to be pretty sturdy and pretty special for me to risk it for my Etsy shop. So this pair of spotlight glasses, that's what they're called, probably because of the circular detail, they are so incredibly solid that I was just like, you know what, these will be fine being shipped because they are really sturdy and solid. So I just fell in love with the shape. I thought it was very cool. Of course, like the spotlight, the circular effect, I thought was really, really unique. And you know, I just don't see a lot of black glassware. You see stuff that's kind of like black translucent, but something this saturated, I don't see very often. So when I saw these, I was like, these are really stunning and would look amazing styled on a shelf in your kitchen. I actually, when I was doing a little bit of research and trying to find out like who makes them, which I'll pop the name on the screen, I actually came across a few tablescapes for events that featured this glassware, and it was amazing how versatile it was. I thought something like this black would be, you know, only a particular type of like styling for your table, but actually no, it went from florals to stuff that was really like dark and moody. It was amazing how versatile these were, especially paired with gold silverware. That was absolutely stunning. So these are really cool. I have a lot of glassware, so it's really tempting to keep these though because they are just so stunning. But these will be available in my Etsy shop. And speaking of pairs, the next item I'm going to show you are these awesome stone candlestick holders. Now, candlestick holders are becoming extremely popular again. I don't know what happened. For years, candles like that everyone wanted were those beautiful scented candles from like Anthropologie that were already in a decorative like tin or glass. But now people are really obsessed with candlestick holders. And so these are flying out of Goodwills. It's just crazy to see. And then also candle cells. It's just incredible. People are buying taper candles like they're going bananas for them, especially the ones that are like really cool, like swirly or bent or shaped. That kind of is like the new thing when it comes to candlesticks, or actually taper candles. So this kind of one of the ways that they're modernizing something like this, which is definitely, you know, more period specific. But I thought these were really cool. I thought that the tone on them was really fabulous. It's brown. I mean, I don't love brown, but for brown, I thought these were very, very cool. So if brown decor, neutrals are your thing, this would be a really great pairing, you know, on a shelf or in a tablescape because, you know, they're just so visually interesting without having a ton of visual weight. So it just kind of adds a little bit extra to your decor. But really, really stunning, very, very cool. Kind of the wider candle neck, so that's kind of the candle that you put in it, but very solid, very weighty. But yeah, I thought they were really neat. Looking at them really makes me want to go on a vacation because the stone reminds me of like stone in a cathedral in Italy or Europe in general. So when I saw these, I had to pick them up, one because they were just very cool and on trend, and also because they remind me of traveling, which I really hope to do again soon. But these will be available in my Etsy shop. So if you're looking for a pair of very cool stone candlesticks, definitely check it out. So the next item is another piece of brass. Now this is a very different type of brass because it's two-tone. So this is a very cool vintage brass vase, probably made in India, but the etchings on it were just so incredible. I thought that was really neat. I loved the two-tone of the color. I thought it just added even more like visual wow factor. But yeah, this one I thought was really neat. This would look, you know, stunning on its own, just because it is so sculptural and shapely and eye-catching. But also like definitely you could put flowers and dried plants and stuff in this as well, and it would look really, really cool. But this piece I paid, I think it was $8 for, which I thought was a real steal considering the size of this thing is really, really big. So yeah, I love brass vases. I love brass anything. Right now, duh, of course, because that's what's so popular. So I'm definitely drawn to it. And when I saw this, I had to pick it up. So this will be available in my Etsy shop because as a reseller, you end up accumulating a lot of cool stuff. So as much as it kills me to let some things go, this piece will be available in my shop. So the next two pieces I'm gonna show you are baskets. You know I love baskets. And so anytime I see very cool on-trend baskets, I'm always picking them up at the thrift store. So the first one that I got was this one, which is actually like tone-wise, really unique. You don't see a lot of these like red orange tones as much as you see a lot of this like light blonde basket weaving right now. So both of them are very much on trend and popular. Both would look amazing style with an air plant in them, or you could probably even put like a plant start in them. One that's like you're putting in water because you like clipped it off and wanted to see if it would grow. Obviously you don't want to put dirt in these, but you could put a teeny tiny little cup of water in there, and that could be where your plant start could live while it's growing. Also, these make amazing catch-alls. So if you need something to corral like your keys or your dog leash or mail or any other like random stuff that comes into your home, stuff like this hanging on the wall by your door, super handy to make you more organized. I have a few things like that it's just like night and day difference rather than just like stuff everywhere. It's like stuff everywhere, but now it's neatly corralled together and well organized. So these awesome alone on the wall, or even if you wanted to add something like different and interesting to a gallery wall to kind of break up all the framed art and canvases, this is something too that you could do. So both of these pieces are going to be available in my Etsy shop. But yeah, two very unique styles that I just thought both were absolutely stunning, and I had to pick them up. So the next item, if you can believe it, is another piece of teak. I have been finding so many teak wood items lately. It's been absolutely incredible. I haven't found it for a long, long time. And then recently, every time I go to the thrift store, I feel like I'm finding something teak. So feeling very blessed right now in the teak department. So it's this very cool teak candle holder. I mean, look at that carved detailing and color. I mean, it's absolutely incredible. I could not believe it when I saw it. This is like where the candle holder goes on top. So unfortunately, just one of these. I just found one of them. But like I've said before, if you see something truly special and it's just one, pick it up, because you never know if there's going to be another matching one in your future. It's funny how like solo pieces have a way of finding a friend and attracting a friend in the future. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, we will see if this holds up true, if I end up finding something similar, and then I would have a pair. But in the meantime, I will be selling this guy in my Etsy shop. It is handcrafted teak wood made in Thailand. So yeah. So this is a very cool piece. Even on its own, it would look stunning because it's so visually heavy. Even with a single like taper candle in it, it still will look stunning on its own. So that's definitely another reason why I picked it up, because it's a standalone piece. As much as we like to put candlesticks in pairs, something like this absolutely can stand on its own on a shelf or styled on a table. So I thought this was so, so cool. Another look at this stunning carving. I just cannot believe it. Okay, so the final piece is the one that I'm most excited about. It's another textile. I don't find textiles that often, so when I saw this, I was like, yes, this happens to be the piece that I picked up from an estate sale that I went to. It was the first estate sale that I had gone to in well over a year, because of course of the pandemic. I kind of stopped going to estate sales. It's kind of scared me a little bit to be in a house with strangers that close together, but now fully vaccinated, doing the estate sale thing when I can, and so found this rug. The prices of this estate sale were just, it was so expensive. It was a little disappointing because I was really excited. I'm like, yes, I'm finally going to a estate sale. And then I get in there and the prices were insanely high. But luckily I was able to find one very cool piece. Yes, this was pricey too. But you know what? When you find something stunning, it's definitely worth paying up for. I will be selling this in my Etsy shop. But in the meantime, I'm going to admire it until it sells. So this is the piece. So it is a very cool vintage rug. And I just thought that the colors, these like kind of muted pastels, were absolutely beautiful. And I thought that the people and the scene was really, really fun. So the piece is in really incredible detail. And I'll kind of show you a little bit closer on the screen, kind of like the type of weaving that it was. But yeah, it's in beautiful, beautiful condition. Like hardly anywhere. It has like the fun fringe on the sides. But yeah, I thought it was really, really unique. If you know anything about this particular type of rug style or the people depicted in the scene, definitely let me know, because I'm always excited to learn about the pieces that I pick up, and especially things that are like woven in like a tapestry, you know, because that is something that I really love knowing and learning how to identify them better, because I'm, you know, as a reseller, I'm always learning, and there's always cool things that you see that are unique that you don't know much about. So yeah, so definitely let me know. But this will be in my Etsy shop. I am gonna have a really hard time letting it go because it is so cool, but I definitely can't keep every rug that I find because I do not have that much floor space. But yeah, so definitely check it out. If this is your colors and your style, you know, hit up my Etsy shop, because it really is a unique, one-of-a-kind piece. So that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below what item was your favorite. And if you know anything about the history of the pieces that I pick up, definitely let me know. I love learning about the cool finds that I find at the thrift store. If you're looking for more thrifting and decorating content between my YouTube videos, definitely check out my Instagram profile. I share a little bit of thrifting life, some decorating tips, and also a few of the pieces that I pick up before they make it into my haul videos. So if you're looking for a little thrifting tease before my YouTube videos come out, definitely check me out on Instagram. Thank you so much for watching today, and I can't wait to see you in my next thrifting and decorating video. Take care.